Week number one preview with South Winn coach Jason Ohrt. And Jason, before we get talking about football, obviously your football facility, your athletic facility was hit by Mother Nature on July 23rd during those storms. And you didn't know what was going to be happening, at least in the immediate aftermath of that. Word came out last week that A, you'll be playing at home, and B, you'll be playing under the lights when you are at home on Friday night. Just considering in football the limited opportunities kids get to have home playoff games, how big of a joy and perhaps a little bit of a relief was that for everybody involved in South Winn football?
Oh, absolutely. Well, first of all, big thanks to Bruce Collison and Riley's Construction, everybody that's been helping out to make things work for us to get us back onto that field, sooner than later. And things are looking great. And so, yeah, it's big for the kids. The kids want to play at home, and, especially our seniors, this is their last year, obviously, at South Winn, and they want to have that experience and play those home games. And, it's a big deal. Iowa high school football is a special thing, and being able to play Friday night, and especially under the lights at home, and it's really big for the kids, and we're excited that we're going to be able to accomplish that.
As for preseason camp, you guys have been at it 2-3 weeks as of this time. What's made you most happy in the preseason camp to this point?
I'm really impressed by our younger players. We don't have a lot of kids out for football this year. It's a pretty small number overall. But our freshmen and our sophomores in particular have been really, really good about coming in and giving us good reps. And a lot of them are getting first team reps on both units. And we got a lot of really good, talented young guys coming up, and a good mix of juniors and seniors that are leading the way too as well.
And when you got some roles to fill, mixed in with some kids with some nice experience, is that a nice balance when it comes to hey, we got some guys that have done the job in years past, but at the same time we got some guys that are hungry to do the job?
Sure, it makes practices competitive. Everybody's learning. There's not a lot of standing around at our practices. Years past, you maybe have 50 kids in your program, 9 through 12. And you get a little bit of standing around, or you got to separate coaches and whatnot. We don't have that problem this year. We've only got a couple kids rotating in, and everybody's working. So that's good, and everybody's getting lots of reps. And I feel pretty good about our ones and twos, and everyone else just getting enough experience to get ready for the season.
You touched on the number situation. Has that caused you to manage preseason practices any differently than years past, when you have a few more numbers than you did in years past?
I think with the rules in place, with the limited amount of live hitting that you can do on a day-to-day basis, kind of takes care of that. We don't want to get anybody injured in practice. Those things do happen. But we're trying to do our best to keep and prevent that from happening. But at the same time, when you only have so many kids, you gotta practice, and you gotta go 11 on 11. And we're doing really well, and we're pretty fortunate, like I said, that a lot of our younger guys are really acclimated and able to do what we ask them to do.
What would you say your number one strength is right now?
I think that we have a really good team bond, brotherhood, so to speak, with our guys. We really kind of emphasize that in the off season. I think this is one of our closer groups that we've had. We don't have any hidden agendas. This group is really focused on trying to do things as a team. And that's a tribute to our seniors and our juniors who are leading the way.
And you look at one kid in particular. I know Keegan Streeter had a very nice year for you, especially defensively last year. I know he really had a pretty good spring and summer with the baseball team. Is he going to be one of your team leaders?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's embraced that. He's prepared to be that guy now in his senior year, where, he's physically, you watch him out on the field, he was the one doing all those things, and now he's just got to step into that leadership role and take charge, and he's doing a fine job with that.
And when you get to week number 1 of the season, a pretty good test for you heading down to West Union on a Friday night, taking on a very talented North Fayette Valley squad. What do you expect out of the Tiger Hawks come Friday night?
Yeah, they'll be our best opponent all year, and we always know that going in. They're in Class 2A, but we have some familiarity with them with obviously other sports and so forth. Being close to us, sort of a rival. It was a very hard physical game last year, and the year before too as well. We just know that they're going to be the best team that we're going to play all year.
And it's good to have those rivalries kind of reunited. In district football, sometimes you never know who you're going to play on a 2-year basis. It's good to have a good football team to play 15 miles away, right?
Yeah, it's a good way for us to start the season. Give our kids a chance to really get into that physical matchup right away, see how we measure up to it, and then just adjust and go from there for the rest of the season.
All right, Coach, here's hoping you can keep your kids healthy, and we wish best of luck come Friday night.
Okay, thanks, Darren.
Jason Ohrt, head coach of the South Winn Warriors.